world, especially with the younger generation, the adolescents, the youth, the young adults, even the ones in the early 30s, everything that is happening, social media, content, what is being put out, it's all about getting their voice heard. It's all about showing their true colors, quote unquote. It's all about representing what they feel or who they feel they are. And for a long time, the youth or the younger generation was made to feel that their voice was invaluable or their voice did not matter. But now you see in so many circumstances, even with different movements that were going on, protests, you see that it's mainly the younger people now. They feel like or we feel that now we have a voice, that our voice matters, that now we're able to influence government. It's not just about our parents' generation or grandparents, but that there's a place, there's a seat for young people in all of this, you know? So I believe that is what's happening. And I think that as far as bridging that gap, a lot of that is going to come from proper communication and understanding. And the feeling, you know, I was talking to a young person the other day who said that the reason why a lot of people don't want to talk or speak up sometimes is the feeling of being misinterpreted, the feeling of feeling judged before you can even say two things. I'm sorry? Hello?
No, go ahead, Pastor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the feeling of feeling judged when I was speaking to a young person, and I mean there was a situation, and I would like to share this situation because I feel like it's something we can identify with, believe it or not, and it's something that's happening within the church. There's a young person that I know of, or that I came to hear about, that parents are both ministers, and this person is struggling with the issue of homosexuality. Maybe they're struggling with it, maybe they're not even struggling with it anymore, meaning like they got into a point where they feel like this is their lifestyle and this is how it's going to be. But the saddest thing in that is not even the fact that this is what they're dealing with. For me, the saddest thing is the fact that this person basically will never tell their parents. They will never get to a point of telling their parents that this is what they're actually going through. And the parents, or so to speak, for the young person, they feel that their parent has no idea that this is what they're been, you know, dealing with, living two different lives. And that broke my heart, because this person is like, basically they're not going to say anything, and they're not going to fully come out and disclose that this is what they're dealing with till their parents die. You know? And I know this example may seem kind of extreme, but this is the reality of what's happening, because that gap is not bridged. That's why that person or that young person feels that. And of course, yeah, they should understand that by telling their parents, the parents are not going to probably be acceptance or have acceptance for that. But like the fact that they're so afraid to even come out and say this is what they're struggling with and they need help, but they rather bottle it up inside due to the fear of, or I guess the fear of the unknown, the fear that the parent might just go into having a heart attack or something once they hear this type of thing. And a lot of times, this is the obstacle, I believe, or the hindrance between the two generations, or when we're talking about the older generation versus the younger generation, is how to bridge that gap. So for me, being someone in my early 30s, I do not feel out of touch with the young teens, because I know how it was to be a young teen. I know how it was to be a young adolescent, a youth in the church. And then also in my adulthood life, I feel like I'm a young adult. I can also have value and respect for what my parents passed through raising me and where they are in their stage of life. And I think one of the best things the older generation can do is to create a safe haven for the young people to come to you and speak to you. And that's one thing I would say that is, I feel like is a gift we have in having you, our Papa, is that I feel that young people can actually come to disclose things to you, to talk to you about what they're going through, and you can still correct them in love without shutting them down, without making them feel like, are you crazy? Are you out of this world? Or you know how it is, like when you're trying to talk to your parent, before you can even get 2 words out of your mouth, they're already holding their head and screaming. So so that's my take on when we were dealing with the 2 generations.
Thank you so very much, Pastor Rina. I mean, it's something that is very real. When people feel that others are judgmental and that they're going to be judged by what they have done, and the worst of it is that, if you know that this person is doing something wrong, or you sense that somebody is doing something wrong, you don't go behind other people to go and ask, have you seen how that person is? Have you seen how this other person is behaving? Have you, that alone, because that thing will still come back to the person, that this is what the pastor said or the other person feels about you, and it will not make that person to close up, even if tomorrow you now have a word or you want to help, because already you have sold out that person. That's how that generation feels. That we must be careful what we know about others and how we approach that matter, because when they now get to know, you've already killed me behind, so why are you now coming to me? What are you coming for? That already would have not allowed them to open up to receive whatever you have to say. So, our time is up. I think that next Saturday, we will have enough time. I will come up early also. So please try and join me early as we'll begin to look at this, because let's also invite younger people to join us, because it is very, very important. If we have our sons, our friends that are younger, they will be able to join us, and it will help. And I'm talking about in the place of leadership, because this has to do with leadership, leaving the scene, letting the next generation step in without being afraid if they're going to make it. Many leaders sit on the seat till they die. They have made no room for the younger ones to step in, and they can see the mistakes they have made and help correct them, than to judge them or not even give the opportunity to serve. So we must have to come to that place where we make room for them, so that even if they make mistakes, while we are still alive, we are strong and we are still able to wrestle with them. I love wrestling. I wrestle with my sons. Only that my first son does not love wrestling with me, but my second son will wrestle a lot. And now he is so strong. So he said to me, Dad, it's not when I was a baby. Now I'm going to put you down, so you better be careful. I said, me? Hey. And so we will now fight. Then my wife is the one that will be afraid. So we say, leave him alone, stop. I said, this guy, I must deal with him. He said, he's going to push me down. I'm going to deal with him. So we wrestle a lot. We fight, both of us. And so it's better for you to wrestle while you have the time, you have the energy, than when you can do nothing and you just lie down there seeing them. The only thing that comes out of your eyes will be tears. So we have opportunity. Let's get things done the right way and the right time. And I believe when we are able to make that happen, by the grace of God, we will be able to hand over a generation that God himself will be pleased, and we will be happy that we are living the same proud parents and proud grandparents. Once again, thank you for joining me. Let's look forward to next Saturday, and we will be able to come back full swing, and then we will share with one another and how to bridge the generational gap. God bless you. Shalom. Shalom. God bless you.
Everything is you. I bless the name of the Lord for this wonderful opportunity to have Jesus on the inside of me. Friends, there is no other thing that matters in this life What is the most important thing for you is to be sure that Jesus dwells right on the inside of you. Try him and you will never have a regret. Put your faith in Jesus. Hallelujah. Let's worship him again.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, you are my everything.
You're everything. Everything. Everything is you.
You are my provider, Lord Jesus.
Jesus.
You have never left me.
You're everything.
You said, behold, I am with you always.
Everything.
That is why the storms of life can never